Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be taking this 2021 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid on a POV test drive. This one is the SEL Premium, and this one has the all-wheel drive system. But let's go ahead and take it on a test drive and see how it does. Alright, so here is the interior of this 21 Santa Fe Hybrid, and it does look very nice. Let's go ahead and take it on a test drive and see how it does. Here is Hyundai shift-by-wire, and here is the backup camera. It does make some sounds when you put it in reverse. And this is required by law, so people could hear the SUV since this is a hybrid. Alright, so driving this Santa Fe Hybrid feels nice and responsive, and the SUV overall is nice and comfortable, smooth, and it does actually have a very small engine, but I'll talk about the engine when we hop on the highway. Gauges look very nice and very high resolution. Let's go ahead and put the SUV in sport. Definitely nothing crazy. It does feel nice and flat around turns, and very responsive, so the gas pedal is very responsive. But yeah, overall, beautiful SUV, very nice and comfortable. The suspension setup is actually really good in this Santa Fe. And if you guys are curious about the engine is a 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that is connected to a 6-speed automatic transmission, and this engine produces 178 horses and 195 pound-feet of torque. And honestly, for a big SUV to have a small engine like this, it doesn't feel as responsive as the Tucson Hybrid I drove. So in the Tucson it's much better, super responsive, and in the Santa Fe it's not that good. It just feels basically this SUV needs a little bit more power, and 178 and 195 pound-feet of torque, I don't think they are enough for a big SUV like this Santa Fe. But it is nice and responsive. City driving, it does pick up very quick, but if you push it, then this SUV definitely struggles. So overall, nice comfortable SUV. I really wish the SUV had a little bit more horsepower and torque, and I think that would fix the issue. This is the SEL Premium, so it does have really nice features. The cluster display is going to be a 12.3-inch display. This is a 10.25-inch screen. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Brakes feel very nice and touchy. it's nice and quiet. There is barely any road noise. There's a little bit of a wind noise when I was on the highway, but I'll test that when I hop on the other side. But yeah, steering wheel is nice and light, responsive. In sport mode it does get a little bit heavy. Yeah, definitely the brakes are very good in this Santa Fe. That 10.25-inch screen looks really, really good. So at first, the engine is turned off. When you hit the gas a little bit harder, the engine turns on to assist the hybrid system. Yep, definitely this SUV struggles to get up to speeds. I really wish it had a little bit more horsepower and torque. So I am averaging 25 miles per hour. It dropped down to 24.8. But yeah, very nice, comfortable SUV. If you guys are curious about the MPGs, they are 33 in the city, 30 highway, and 32 combined. And this Santa Fe has all the nice safety features. It has the steering assist, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, and it does have the braking assist. So the SUV is driving by itself right now. Seats are nice and comfortable. They have a nice design to them. And it does give you a message every few seconds telling you have to touch the steering wheel, just so the SUV knows that you're actually paying attention. But yeah, so there is not a lot of wind noise on the highway, but there is a good amount of sounds that are coming from the outside into the cabin, like cars passing by, motorcycles, and things like that. But overall, beautiful, comfortable SUV. And there's a good amount of buttons right here, but this first row is going to be for the radio, second one is going to be for the climate, and then you'll have the drive modes, hill descent, heated seats. Then you will have the shift by wire buttons to change, of course, the gears from park to reverse to drive. Let's go ahead and turn off the traction control, and let's see how it does. So from a dead stop, it's actually very nice and responsive. I did leave it in smart, so basically it figures out everything, so it knows what to do. But yeah, so very responsive from a dead stop. From a roll, it's not as responsive. So if you're doing like 20 miles per hour, 30 miles per hour, and you hit the gas, it's not as responsive, and just takes forever to reach the speed you want it to reach. Beautiful interior. It does have nice storage place right here. The glove box is nice and big, and there's going to be a nice panoramic sunroof that looks actually very, very nice. And there are going to be some not halogen LED lights, and visor feels nice. Here's the mirror, the light. Screen looks good. You could activate the backup camera, then it turns off by itself, I think at like 10 miles per hour or something like that. So this Santa Fe has paddle shifters. You could actually change the gears. It does have a 6-speed automatic transmission. And downshifting and hitting the gas pedal, it's actually nice and responsive. It picks up and goes. As I said, the brakes feel nice and touchy. Steering wheel is nice and light. It does get nice and heavy in sport mode. I'm gonna go ahead and test the turning radius now and see how is the turning radius in this Santa Fe. Yep, definitely the turning radius is very good. It is a big SUV, but I love the fact that the steering wheel is very light, and it's actually very it has a very good turning radius. Interior looks good. Does have two cup holders, one USB. Does have a wireless phone charger, so this goes in, the phone goes in, and then it starts charging. Here is the storage place in the armrest, nice and deep. I really wish it was a tiny bit bigger. The e-brake is going to be located all the way to the left. Yeah, as I said, from a dead stop, it's very, very responsive. And if you guys are curious about the price on this Santa Fe, it's $39,000 with destination charges. I'm gonna go ahead and do another acceleration right here from a dead stop and see how it does. As I said, it is nice and responsive from a dead stop, which is expected because in hybrid cars, electric cars, usually the torque is instant, so it picks up and goes. Yep, as I said, very, very responsive from a dead stop, and beautiful SUV. You are getting a ton of things in this Santa Fe, but for the price, I think it's a little bit expensive. I'm not sure if Hyundai does give good discounts on these Santa Fe hybrids, but I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive of this 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive of this 2021 Santa Fe hybrid. I'm not exactly sure what happened to my camera, but it did actually turn off, and I think it's because of the overheat. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive of this hybrid Santa Fe. If you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.